Hey everybody, it's John Williams here. 58 years old, retired, and still soaking up this Florida sunshine every single day. If you're new around here, welcome. I just sit down and talk about real life, the good parts, the tough parts, and the little things that stick with you longer than you expect. Today I want to tell you a story about something most folks would call junk. My 1987 Ford F-150 pickup truck. The one that, no matter what, refused to die. Let me paint the picture for you. This truck isn't pretty anymore. Faded blue paint, some rust creeping along the wheel wells, dents from years of hauling everything from lumber to Christmas trees. The interior smells like old leather, sunscreen, and a hint of salt water from all those beach runs. But that V8 engine still growls like it did when it was brand new back in the late 80s. I've probably put close to 280,000 miles on her over the decades. A few months ago, I made up my mind. Time to sell it. Retirement isn't all endless beach days and golf. Bills still come, gas is expensive, and insurance on an old beater like this was starting to feel silly. I thought, John, you're being sentimental. Get a little 4-cylinder sedan or something that sips gas. So I spent a Saturday morning cleaning her up. Washed the outside, scrubbed the bugs off the grill, vacuumed out years of sand from the floorboards, sand that came from trips with Sarah and the kids when they were little. Wiped down the dashboard where Sarah used to leave her sunglasses and that little notepad she kept for grocery lists. I took some photos, wrote a simple ad, 1987 Ford F-150, runs strong, needs minor TLC $3,500 or best offer. Posted it on Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace. Figured it'd go quick. Guys love these old workhorses. Next afternoon, a buyer shows up. Nice guy, mid-40s, from over in Tampa. Name was Mike. He had that look, someone who grew up around trucks, knew what he was looking at. We walked around it, popped the hood. He checked the oil, listened to the idle, took it for a short drive around the neighborhood, came back grinning. Man, this thing's solid. I'll take it for $3,200 cash right now. I said, sounds good. Let me just grab the title from the glove box. I reached in, moved some old receipts, a half-eaten pack of gum from who knows when, and then, there it was. A faded yellow envelope pushed way in the back corner. On the front, in Sarah's neat handwriting, for John, open when you're ready to let her go. Dated March 12, 1995. My heart stopped. 1995, that was right around the time our youngest, Tommy, was starting kindergarten. Sarah was still healthy, we were in our late 20s, thinking the world was ours. I completely forgot this was even in there. Mike standing there waiting, keys in his hand. I said, hang on just a second, buddy. I sat down in the driver's seat, same cracked vinyl bench seat we've had forever, and opened the envelope slow, like it might break. Inside was one sheet of her favorite stationery, the kind with little flowers in the corner. Her words, Dear John, if you're reading this, it probably means you're thinking about selling our old blue truck. Please don't. Not yet. This truck has been with us through everything. Remember the night Tommy spiked a fever at 2 a.m. and we drove like crazy to the hospital? You held my hand the whole way while I held him in the back. Or the Christmas we drove 3 hours to get that big tree because the kids wanted the perfect one. We laughed the whole ride home with pine needles everywhere. And that all-night drive to Georgia when my mom got sick. You didn't complain once, just kept the coffee coming and the radio low. This truck isn't just transportation. It's part of our story. Our fights, our makeups, our quiet drives when we didn't need words. It's carried our babies, our groceries, our hopes. Promise me you'll keep her running as long as she's willing. When the time really comes, you'll know. I love you more than words. Sarah, March 1995. Foot. By the time I finished, my eyes were full, tears dripping onto the paper, smudging the ink a little. Mike looked over, concerned. Everything all right, man? I wiped my face, folded the letter carefully, tucked it into my shirt pocket. Yeah, no, actually, she's not for sale anymore. Sorry. He didn't argue, just nodded, like he got it. Family first. I respect that. Shook my hand, got in his car, and drove off. I sat there in the truck for a long time after he left. Engine off, windows down, just listening to the palm fronds rustling. Thought about Sarah, how she always saw the heart in things. How she taught me that some stuff isn't about money or practicality, it's about holding on to what matters. That same afternoon, I called my buddy Ray, 65, retired mechanic, lives 2 streets over. Told him the story. He laughed, said, "That's Sarah all right. Come over tomorrow, we'll get her purring again." We spent the whole weekend working on it. New spark plugs, fresh belts, changed the oil and filter, patched a slow leak in the radiator hose, replaced the battery cables that were corroded. Nothing glamorous, just TLC. Ray even tuned the carburetor the old school way. Cost me about $280 in parts, plus a case of beer and a lot of stories. Now the truck sits proud in the driveway again. I wax her once a month, keep the tires aired up. Every weekend, I take my grandson Ethan for rides. He's 12 now, all legs and attitude, but he loves that old truck. We cruise down A1A, windows down, radio playing Johnny Cash or George Strait. He asks questions. "Grandpa, did Grandma really write that letter?" I tell him yes, and I read parts of it to him sometimes. He listens quiet, then says things like, "She sounds cool." Makes me smile every time. One day last month, we pulled over at a little beach access. Waves crashing, seagulls yelling. Ethan looked at me and asked, "Why didn't you sell it? Really?" I thought for a second, then said, "Because some things in life aren't meant to be let go, kid. Not when they carry your memories." This truck held our family when we needed it most. It's not about the miles or the money, it's about the love that rode along with us. You don't trade that in. He nodded, real serious for a 12-year-old. Then he grinned big and said, "Okay, but the radio still sounds fuzzy. Can we fix that next weekend?" We both cracked up. Drove home singing off-key to "Ring of Fire." So yeah, my old pickup truck refused to die. And I'm damn glad it did. That letter didn't just save the truck, it reminded me what Sarah always knew: hold tight to the things that matter. The people, the moments, the pieces of your heart that rust and fade but never really break. If you've got something old in your life, a car, a tool, a photo album, even a beat-up guitar, that means more than it should on paper, tell me about it in the comments. I read every one, and I love hearing your stories. They remind me we're all holding on to something. Thanks for sitting with me today. If this story touched you, hit that like button, subscribe if you're not already, and ring the bell so you don't miss tomorrow's tale. Another slice of Florida retirement life coming your way. Until then, stay grateful, stay sunny, and keep the good things close. See you soon. Smile, small wave, faint truck engine start in background as fade out.